Now, it's not often on the transfer radar that I have huge confidence in our picks as to whether they will happen or not.
I'm glad you do.
Sometimes it's going to work out. Sometimes it's a great idea that just will never happen. But today, Shaka, I believe you have picked 5 here that are going to work, and they're going to work, and we're going to see them happen in the summer. So let us know. Eden Hazard, first of all, we understand it's very, very close to Real Madrid. Is he finally going to make the move?
Yeah, I think this has been on the cards for quite some time, ever since he started turning down contract after contract at Chelsea. 1 year left to go, and given the rumours of Real Madrid's interest for quite some time, this makes a whole lot of sense for me. Given Eden Hazard's age, given his quality right now, I think if that really big move to one of the European super clubs is ever going to happen, it has to be this summer. And everything that's been going on behind the scenes, as I mentioned about his contract and the continued speculation, points to it happening this time around. As important as he is to Chelsea, I don't think Chelsea hold on to him for another year to lose him for nothing. Even with a year on his contract, again, speculation is Real are prepared to offer someone in the ballpark of 100 million euros. You get that kind of offer for a player that you may lose for free in 12 months, you take it.
Given the nature of the other targets, the other big names that they've been linked with, that price for him is probably going to make sense for them.
Yeah, it will. And just kind of given the way the transfer market has gone. And I know it's because of his contractual situation that it keeps that price at a manageable 100 million euros. I didn't think I'd ever be saying those words at any time during in referencing a transfer. But it makes a whole lot of sense. And kind of given Real Madrid's own struggles and the obvious need for a huge rebuild, I don't think you get many better players than Eden Hazard, and you certainly don't get any better value than Hazard for 100 million.
So he could be our 7th 100 million euro player of all time. So Sadio Mane to Real Madrid as well, potentially doesn't work because of that.
Well, yes. Listen, I love Sadio Mane as a player, and I think he graces any team in world football, bar none. All that being said, he signed a new contract with Liverpool last November. I think he is far too important to Liverpool's fortunes. You kind of recognise that during the course of this season when Mo Salah was having his own struggles. I thought Sadio Mane of the front three was by far the most important and the most consistent. That doesn't change. I don't think you sell Sadio Mane. You're not forced into selling because of his new contract, and you don't sell him until you are confident that you have a replacement who will be consistent and as important. I don't think there's that footballer out there right now.
He's saying all the right things. He seems very, very happy there
he is.
as well.
Listen, I agree fully. I think he's playing great football. He's at a wonderful club that are quite clearly going places. When you consider where they were last year, 4th in the league, Champions League final. Now they're competing at the top. We'll see whether they win it or not over the next few weeks. Liverpool are a club that are progressing in the right direction. Mane is a player that continues to improve and be more and more important for that club.
All right, a third one to Real Madrid, Paul Pogba. Wow.
Yeah, and this one, I'm a little bit torn on because on the one hand, I think from a Manchester United perspective, you've only got so many world-class players in your dressing room. And as much as we are talking about a rebuild, you don't start that rebuild by selling your best players. He has underperformed. I think over recent weeks, he's not looked all that happy. As a result, maybe a sale of Paul Pogba finances some of that rebuild.
Oh, right, okay. Moise Kean to PSG. Now, this is a guy who's the second youngest goal scorer in Italian history. He scored in his last 4 Serie A games running, which makes him the youngest player to do that in the modern era. Juventus need youth. They're going to tie him up to a new deal, surely.
For all those reasons, this is a miss as far as the move goes. Moise Kean, wonderful talent, but I don't see Juventus letting him go, despite what happened in Italian football over recent weeks with him and the fallout around Bonucci, etc., etc. That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Okay. Yaya Toure. Now, he's been looking for a club.
Yeah.
Since his time at Olympiacos was again cut short. He turned down MLS, as well as China, as well as other places around the world. He came back to London trying to find himself a club. Now the move to MLS perhaps is back on. But what do you think this happens?
Listen, if Moise Kean doesn't make any sense to me, this even less so. I just don't see how Yaya Toure makes any team in MLS better. And I continue to have concerns about midfielders coming in to Major League Soccer, older midfielders. Listen, I know there are exceptions to that rule, Bash and Schweinsteiger, but there are far too many that point that an expensive gamble in that department is not worth it. I don't like the sound of that one at all.
You might earn more money as well looking further east.
Well, and get more cake for his birthday.
More cake. More cake. You made me hungry. I love these picks, by the way, Shaka. I hope you do too as well. But let us know if you think we've got it wildly wrong here. This is the Transfer Rater, ESPN FC.